person's race, and then you must understand their race. So things.
Great to see you. All of this is rooted in an idea called critical race theory. Can you give us a flavour of what that actually means and why it's so controversial?
Oh, God, where do I start with it? Well, I mean, it's a nonsense ideology that would suggest that black people, you need to be aware of the person's race, and then you must understand their race. So things like white privilege will come out as a result of that, which gives the assumption that white people are initially privileged already because of the colour of their skin, and therefore they need to acknowledge that, and therefore, in a way, understand that black people will feel persecuted. And I have issue with critical race theory on many levels, but obviously the problem I have with this whole ideology is that ultimately it kind of it means the black person is the victim. Ultimately, it's a victim mentality, and for that I find it most offensive, because I don't think I'm a victim. I don't believe I should immediately think I'm a victim just because of the colour of my skin. It puts me on the back foot, and it also gives the idea that somebody is privileged by me accepting the narrative that I am a victim, and that's not acceptable by any chalk.
Nana, some would argue that you just can't be racist to white people. Do they have a point?
You can be racist to anybody. Black people can be racist towards even each other, and white people can be racist towards each other as well, as we've seen. I mean, if you look at sometimes in Scotland, you've got the SNP and some of the way that Nicola Sturgeon and some of the members of her party may speak towards people who are English. They're both the same colour, but yet they act as though they're a different races. Ultimately, we are all one race, which is the human race. So the idea of racism is actually it's something that's been created, and it's just divisive. There's no real reason to it, and there's no you don't really know what I'm like just because I'm black. It doesn't mean that I'm going to follow any narrative that's been set aside. Anything that suggests that I behave in a certain way because of the colour of my skin is simply a stereotype and doesn't reflect anything that I have learnt or that I know. So I find it offensive that this particular performance would decide that because you are a different colour, you shouldn't come in. And that's just for one day only, though, so it's okay. It isn't okay because it sets a very, very bad precedent. Because if you can do it one way for one day, you can do it the other way round. And I kind of feel that those very people would take deep offence if you said a white-only event for one day only. That would not be acceptable.
Well, I agree. It's like Martin Luther King never happened. Nana, I've got a shocking story for you, and it's going to be really hard to repeat this anecdote, but our brilliant reporter, Ben Leo, who was out and about at this particular performance of a black-only show, and he actually pointed out your criticisms of this performance to the people at the event. And one of them said, well, Nana Akua is not a real black person because of her views.
Well, you see, that's ironic, isn't it? That suddenly the colour of my skin is no longer relevant when it comes to my views, but yet I would be allowed into the theatre performance because I'm black. It's just a nonsense, really. There is no such thing as a set type of behaviour for a black person. And actually, the fact that they've made a judgment based on the colour of my skin is exactly what I said before. Black people being racist towards black people. The amount of times I've been called a coconut because I'm supposedly meant to think a certain way because of the colour of my skin, and because I have narrowed or veered off the path or come out of my lane, in their view, I'm no longer a black person. And that has to stop, because that is a pure judgment based on what you think I should be doing because of the colour of my skin. Now, I find it absurd. I don't look at a white person and think, oh, well, you must think this, this and this, and you're going to say that, that and that, and you will see things this way because of the colour of your skin. It's absolutely ridiculous.
We would both argue, wouldn't we, Nana, for women-only spaces, female-only spaces, and perhaps even men-only spaces. So what's different about a black-only space?
Well, I mean, one is based on the strength. So the reason why these spaces are divided initially is because women are very vulnerable when it comes to men. You look at the murders and the rapes and the things, it's mostly the majority of it is men on women. So that's with regard to women's safety. Doesn't matter what colour you are with regard to that division. That's because of an actual thing that is there, that is a general thing, that men are just stronger than women, and the majority of murders and rapes and so on and so forth are perpetuated by men towards women. So that's why it's done like that, to protect women. Not all men are going to be violent, but it's a way of protecting women. There is nothing in it that would suggest, you can't tell if I'm going to be an aggressive black person or a very gentle one just because I'm a different colour. It means nothing.
Nana, in another example of the world of theatre going completely mad, have you seen this story? Chichester Festival in West Sussex is giving trigger warnings to audience members of The Sound of Music because there's Nazis in it. The world's gone mad.
But I don't think there'll be any more dating for me.
Oh.
Did you notice it?
Is that an engagement ring?
It's an engagement ring.
No. I didn't know about this. Nana hasn't told me about this. Let me see. Are you...
Engagement ring.
No. I didn't know about this. Nana hasn't told me. I didn't know about this. Nana hasn't told me. I didn't know about this. Nana hasn't told me. No. I didn't know about this. Nana hasn't told me about this. Let me see. Are you joking?
No, I'm serious. Look at that.
You're engaged?
The ring, the diamond goes underneath, quite big.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Well, I think I might put that on my Facebook in about half an hour.
I'll tell you what, we'll go to the news, but I'm going to quiz you about this. Nana didn't pre-warn me about this. Nana Akua.
Broadcast our Nana a Queers engagement party. Everyone's here and we're going to chat to them. I'm Lucy Cundy and I'm here for my good friend and TV broadcaster Nana a Queers engagement party. Everyone's here and we're going to chat to them. You look stunning tonight, Nana, I've got to say.
Thank you.
Where is your dress from? That is beautiful.
I will tell you now, this is Naked Dresses. Look at it, darling.
This is a privilege to have this beautiful woman. She's everything. We're salt and pepper, as we call ourselves, but we're a real pair. And I always say we love. It's like marrying myself. If she needed to do that, I needed to do that. But we're a real pair. I always say we love. It's like marrying myself. If she needed to salt and pepper, as we call ourselves, but we're a real pair. I always say we love. It's like marrying myself. If she needed to do that, I needed to do that, and we're a real pair.
That's my one, that's my line. You make that up and you pretend it's yours.
Look at these two.
So we love. It's like marrying myself. If she needed to do that, I needed to do that, and we're a real pair.
That's my one, that's my line. You make that up and you pretend it's yours.
Look at these two. They need their own TV show, I tell you.
That anyone could ever be called is racist. And I've just found out I've got white privilege. It's such a burden. I did the test from Westminster or Wokeminster Council. I think what swung it was I shop at M&S and Waitrose. The wrong kind of black. There's an elephant in the room when it comes to racism, and it's not a white one. This week, Kwasi Kwarteng was called superficially black by Rupa Huck. She's a Labour MP, a woman of colour. I think we can still say that, or has it been replaced with black and brown people, or BAME? Her comment was racist. And there lies the dilemma. BAME people can be racist, yet it is... I like to call this one, what's good for the goose. Rishi Sunak has finally stepped in on this ridiculous notion that you can host a play in our capital city and dare to choose the colour your audience should be. This is, without a shadow of doubt, racist. I don't know where Mayor Khan is on this one, but he's pretty quick to call things out when he deems this to be the case, or far right. So where is he? He seems oddly silent. I'm talking, scheduled to be performed. Deems this to be the case, or far right. So where is he? He seems oddly silent. I'm talking, of course, about The Slave play, written by Jeremy O. Harris, scheduled to be performed at the Noel Coward Theatre in London in a few months' time. Now, the theatre, which receives public funding, has earmarked 2 shows as black-only performances, or blackout nights, where white people are advised not to attend, so that a black-identifying audience would be free from the white gaze. That's not...
Directly to you, Nana. Been told that I should go back. Been told that I should go back to Africa. I should be deported. Free speech, supposedly. I was born. Been told that I should go back to Africa. I should be deported. Free speech, supposedly. I was born in this country, but your viewers often tell me I should be deported. And I'm speaking directly to you, Nana, now, not to GB News and not to Patrick. But no matter how many wigs you wear, no matter how many times you throw your fellow black women under the bus, as you did on the show the other day, you will never, just like myself, be more than a talking monkey to a lot of these people.
Listen, before you...
Been told that I should go back to Africa. I should be deported. Free speech, supposedly. I was born in this country, but your viewers often tell me I should be deported. And I'm speaking directly to you, Nana, now, not to GB News and not to Patrick. But no matter how many wigs you wear, no matter how many times you throw your fellow black women under the bus, as you did on the show the other day, you will never, just like myself, be more than a talking monkey to a lot of these people.
Listen, before you throw out... Before you throw away all those comments and tell me my fellow black women, I've never met any of these women. I don't know any of these women. I don't represent any community of people. I represent Nana a queer. I'll be judged by the content of my character, not the colour of my skin, and definitely not by you. And as for being called names, I get called loads of names. Let me finish because you've spent time talking and I've listened. But I am entitled to my opinion. And my opinion is not based on the colour of my skin. My opinion is based on my thoughts and views. And I listen to what I've been told. And I make a fair judgment given the information I have. I don't look at myself and say, I must follow these people because they are all the same colour as me. I will not do that. And I will not do it. And I will not be told by someone like you that that's what I should be doing. I'm Nana a queer. And that's how I want to be seen.
Okay. And they would as happily see you deported as they would see me deported, Nana. That's the truth.
Who are they?
No matter how much
Who are they?
For them,
who are they? Who are
the racists who abuse me online every time I appear on this show?
Well, the people who are racist. Well, listen, I get black people abusing me.
What does that tell you about your
listen, who are they? Who are they that would happily see
As I just said, it's the racists who abuse me every time I appear on this show.
Got to do?
Call me a big nose, say I'm a gorilla, say that I should be deported back to Africa. Look on Twitter.
We're both shouting over each other now, and we are going to leave it there. I will just before I park it, I will just.
You are racist. Well, listen, I get black people abusing me.
What does that tell you about your audience?
Listen, who are they? Who are they that would happily see?
As I just said, it's the racists who abuse me every time I appear on this show. Call me a big nose, say I'm a gorilla, say that I should be deported back to Africa. Look on Twitter.
We're both shouting over each other now, and we are going to leave it there. I will just before I park it, I would just like to say, absolutely condemn any racism that either of you have received.
GB News prides itself on being the voice of the people, but more often than not, it's the echo chamber of empire nostalgia dressed up as edgy conservatism.